you can click on your waffle for your Google Apps, and you can open your calendar from here. Once you are inside your Google Calendar, on the left-hand side, you will see a place that houses all of your calendars that you have created, and then calendars that you have been added to. And these can actually be specific people. So if you had your team calendars that you wanted and you wanted to see your coworkers' calendar, you could add that over here under calendars. They would just need to share that with you. Up at the top, you will see this settings menu. This will change the settings of the look of your calendar in your display for like what we are looking at right now. When you open up that settings menu, you can adjust it so that way however you want your settings menu to look like, you can change that up in here. One thing that I think I see most people use in here would be the working hours. They set when they are available. You don't have to do this. This is totally optional. But another thing for settings in calendars would be under your specific calendars. So for example, this is my calendar that I use for the district. I titled it as my name. And then you'll see on the right-hand side 3 dots. You will click on that, and then you will click on settings and sharing. And this is important for you to look at and edit for you, because this will show what other people can see for your calendar and allow people to schedule you and look at your calendar if it's public or just made available to District 100. So right now, my calendar settings is available for District 100. And then over here, I have that it says that I'm free or busy. You could allow to have all of your event details shown. That's a personal preference. I keep mine at free or busy. And then you can adjust that. I've also shared my calendars with different people. So this is what I was talking about. If you wanted to share your calendars with your team, or maybe someone that you work a lot with, so that you can actually see people's events. By sharing your calendar will allow you to see where people are at and a meeting that they're in, things like that. You'll be able to see all of those details if you share that calendar with them. And then over on that main screen, you will be able to see those calendars down here under Other. An event to your calendar, you would click on the day that you want to add the event and around the time, and then you will see this little box pop up. You can give it a title, and then you can adjust the settings in here. Sometimes when I go to add a calendar event, the time isn't always correct. So in here, when you click on the date, you could adjust the date to the day that you would like, and then the time frame. So let's say maybe it's 8:15. If it's a different time that's not in this time frame, you can type it in separately. So maybe that meeting ends at 8:50. You can add that in there as well. If you would like this to be a repetitive event, that means it maybe happens weekly or monthly, you can adjust that right here. So maybe this is weekly on Thursdays. We meet at 8:15. Here's where you would add people to your invite. So maybe your team meeting is weekly on Thursdays at 8:15. You could add in all of your teammates. You would type their name in, and then it'll automatically set up a Google Meet with it. And then you could add a location if you weren't sure where you wanted to meet, or maybe most of these will probably be virtual meetings, but that is where you could change that. If you click on more options, it will take you to this screen, and there will just be a few more things in here that you can add. I don't really think there's anything that's specific unless you wanted to add a description. Sometimes people like to link agendas in for the day. Maybe that's where your team is following an agenda and you want to link that in there where they can find that. And then you would just click save. I'm going to uninvite Karen so she doesn't get a notification. You would click save, and now this is in here. Mine are color coded. I like to, blue for me usually means virtual, and then certain colors I color code for myself, so that way I know maybe what building I'm in, since I'm at 2 buildings. To change the colors on your calendar, you would right click on that, and then you can change the colors of your events. You can also have it set to be the color of your calendar. So right now mine is set at a gray, but you can also change the color by clicking on that 3 dots, and then changing the color of your calendar. So that is up to you, your personal preference on how you would want to organize your own events in your calendar. If you are trying to schedule a meeting with someone and you're not sure what their availability looks like, you can actually search that in Google Calendar. So if I was trying to schedule a meeting with Karen, I could look up her calendar and I can see her calendar is now showing me she's the purple, what her calendar for that week might look like. I can search more than one. So if I'm searching for Karen and Mike and we're trying to schedule a meeting, I have now pulled up both of their calendars to view on my screen as well. So just like we added that last event, if I wanted to add an event now, I could go ahead and click on that event. It's automatically adding them because I have them under my Meet With. I have them populated under there. So I could go ahead and add in an event, and then when I click Save, it'll give me the option to send them an invite. Usually I do this, especially if they have not added it yet to their calendar. Sometimes I don't send it if it's something that I maybe made an adjustment to the calendar. I don't send out the invite because there's a change, but almost always send that invite so that way people get that. Once you've sent it, they will get that invite in their email. If you are wanting to delete an event, maybe you've canceled it, when you click on it in your calendar, you can right click, you can delete that event. This one, I have multiple events that were attached to this. This was the weekly event that I added, so I'm going to delete all events, so that way all of them are deleted. And then this is the one that I just created where I added 2 people from their calendar. I'm going to delete that as well. And so now this is because I added people. This is asking to send a notification. I'm not going to send them a notification for this time, but maybe if you had a guest that you invited and you would want them to know that the meeting is canceled, you would definitely want to send the email along with that.